Hey guys, welcome back to Biscuits Total War. So what have we got today? We have got Grassy Flatlands, check. We have got Praetorian Cohorts, check. We have got Dodgy Formation, check. We have got Urban Cohorts, bunch of decent players. What's that going to equal? That's going to equal 31k, 3 versus 3 on the Grassy Flatlands. Now today we've got a really good video, and we haven't actually had one of these videos in a while because unfortunately I actually haven't taken part in many 31k style battles in some time. Unfortunately, Rome Total War isn't going to pay my mortgage. It's surely not going to pay for my wedding. But what I'm going to do tonight, we've got a few videos. I'm going to try and upload this one obviously today, and I'm also going to try and record several in the background. So we've got a nice little stream of 31k good games coming up. And they're going to include some really good players, people who I may not have seen in a while, people have almost disappeared off the scene, but now they're starting to come back. Maybe it's winter, maybe it's the cold, maybe it's drawing them back to Rome Total War. But either way guys, today is going to be a good video. What we've got today, we've got myself, I'm playing as a Scipii, and I've got a pretty shitty weird formation going on. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but I've gone for 6 Praetorian Cohorts, 14 Urbans. Now I'm also being joined by my fellow clanmate AdmiralDoucheBag. Now this guy is basically disappeared off the face of the earth, and he came back online the other week. So thankfully I managed to get a couple of games with him. We'll put up the results, we'll put up the battles on this channel so you can check it out. Now AdmiralDoucheBag, he hasn't been playing Rome Total War for some time, but he's still got his skills, he still knows what he's doing, and he's going to put up a good fight. So win or lose, it's all about taking part. And AdmiralDoucheBag, if you're watching this, thanks for coming online. So he's gone for a fairly standard build, and that is a bunch of urban cohorts. There's 1 archer, and he's also got 5 Praetorian cohorts, Praetorian cab even, and a general unit, which is quite rare to see. And last but not least, we've also got another Heaven member, Heaven Numidia, or aka Banjo Bob, and he has gone for again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Praetorian cohorts. So keep the same Praetorian cohorts. It shows you how long I've played this game. 5 Praetorian cav, a couple of archers, and the rest urbans. And then we're going to be going up against, we've got LIONDWARF from the Brotherhood clan. We have got Elita from the Titans clan, and he's gone for a bunch of cav, 1 legionary first cohort, and then the rest urbans. And then last but not least, of course, you've got Cleomedes from the Greeks clan, and he's gone for the Macedonian faction. He's brought 1, 2, 3, 4 companion cav, a couple of archers, and the rest royal pikemen. So let's get this started. Let's see exactly what happens. What I will do, because it's not a fairly long video, but it's quite long, I'll put it into double speed initially, just to kickstart. Now what I'm going to do, we're going to try and all meet up in the centre here. So I'm going to move my guys over to Douchebag. And then over here, Numidia is going to move his guys over here. So basically, we're all going to form up in the centre. Now, whilst I'm doing this, Cleomedes, because he's got some archers, he's going to run his archers into range and basically try and shoot the sides and try and shoot the flanks of my guys. Now, if I was actually paying attention, I'd probably move my cav further back, but I might get my guys right into their archer range, and what's going to happen, he's going to pick off a few of my units really simply here. So my cav's down to 52. These guys are down to I've lost a couple of cav. I've lost a few urbans. So a bit shoddy, a little movement for myself there. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try and push my urbans forward. But what's going to happen, because we're playing on Steam, the game's going to glitch. So you'll see my urbans will keep on running. And I've told them to come back, but unfortunately they're not listening to me. They're kind of glitching as we speak, where basically they're running on ice effectively. And what's going to happen, I'm going to try and pull them back, but as I pull them back, the two-faced Judas, Cleomedes, is going to take some shots right in the back of my poor units and kill them. But doesn't matter, because we will get our revenge, of course. Cleomedes will now suffer the wrath of Biscuits Total War. But yeah, you can see a trail of dead bodies of my urbans just being shot to bits from the Cleomedes. Anyway, my guys are still trying to get into formation. They're still trying to run around the place. They really don't know what they're doing. But in a few moments, we'll get back into formation. In the meantime, look, we got the archers from the Scipii, from SPQR, coming over to my side to try and give me a little bit of help against these damn Cretans. I think the only archers the enemy have got are these Cretans, and they've only got 2 units. So we should have the archer supremacy, but they've got the cav supremacy, I think. But we've got the infantry supremacy. But anyway, it's fairly 50-50. We'll see what happens. In comes the Macedonians. Now they're going to try and get into formation. They're going to try and join up with Elite. Elite's got the centre, and what he has got, he's got a legionary first cohort as a peeler screen. Now what that will mean, he's got 122 men in this one unit, so he should be able to get off the good amount of peeler, as you can see. 122 times by 2, we're looking at 244 volleys of peeler, so we should well and truly decimate this unit here. And then they'll be able to act as a nice little peeler screen. And of course, they've got the legionary first cohort, so that's going to help boost the morale for all of these units around here. Now, Elite is going to now charge in his guys again. And now what's going to happen? The Praetorian urban cohort are now going to loose their... they should loose their peeler anytime now. And what's happening, you can see all of these peeler are now going into the legionary first cohort. The legionary first cohort are now going to pull back, make sure they don't basically rout, and then they're going to help boost the morale for all of these other units. In the meantime, we're now going to start this scuffle with the Macedonians. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and split my army into 2 little divisions. One arm is going to go here, and one arm is going to hold the centre. Now I know that Cleomedes has got all of his units into one formation. So if I can try and split him, if I can try and get some units into the side here, I might be able to get a few volleys of peeler. So I'm going to push forward of these guys, and I'm going to try and push around with these urbans. All I'm trying to do is just basically surround and isolate. I don't really want to attack them face on like I'm doing here at the moment. What I want to try and do is get my units around the side and try and engage them into a single hand-to-hand combat. My gladius versus their shortened little sword that the Macedonian roll pikes have. I know I'm not going to win this here, so I'm going to put these guys into testudo, into guard mode, and just basically anchor these Macedonians here, try and get them out of formation whilst I get my units around the flank to try and attack around the wings here. So these guys are in loose formation. I'm going to push them forward. I was hoping that I can try and drop the morale for these Macedonian units, because if you can get your guys around the side, it will drop the morale and make it a bit easier for you to beat them in hand-to-hand combat. The rest of my urbans, I'm going to move over here. Now I should be running them, but I'm going to be walking them because I'm making a mistake. Slowly does it around the side here, trying to fill in this little gap here. Let's have a look at Elite. Elite is just trying to whistle down. He's trying to attack AdmiralDoucheBag as and when he can. AdmiralDoucheBag is doing nice little movements here. He's got his guys in testudo, which means that Elite will have to manually fire his peeler into these units here. But these units are in loose formation, so there's nothing much he needs to worry about. Because he's doing manual peeler, I thought what I might be able to do is charge in a cav unit here and just try and relieve some of the pressure that this unit was inflicting on AdmiralDoucheBag. It was around 60 units, it's now down to 41 men. I'm now going to pull my cav back, and you can see now it's now 50-50. AdmiralDoucheBag's got 47 men and Elite's got 39 men. So Elite was winning that, but we've been able to basically just try and turn the table just slightly on that side. Now in the back here, what's going to happen, you can see Cleomedes has now got his cav. His cav's going to be charging down here, and what he's going to do, he knows he needs to lift up his pikes before he can do a nice little cav strike. So in comes his cav unit. He's going to lift up these pike units here, and in comes the companion cav. They've got a really nice bonus charge here. My unit's now been routed. I'm going to move my cav around the flank here and try and support, but it's very little I can do. Unfortunately, I've lost one urban cohort. In the meantime, Elite is now going in for a strike here, and AdmiralDoucheBag has tried to go in for a counter strike. Bear in mind that our guys have actually got some archer units, so what we can do is we can actually shoot these cav units with our fire attack and try and lower the morale. So in comes the medium with his little cav strike. He's going to try and do a counter strike on Elite's units, and what should happen anytime now, we can see in comes another cav strike from the Brutii. We're going to try and isolate. Now what should have happened is LIONDWARF should have sent in his cav units. In comes the companion units over here. They're going to try and support. I'm now going to move my cav units around here. So all of the cav units here of the enemy are all really charging straight into the centre clump here. The companion cav, I'm not sure what they're going to do, but they're in formation, they're in line ready to strike. Elita's behind there, and LIONDWARF's all kind of poised, ready to shoot. I'm going to go in a premature charge here. Really, this wasn't really a great move. I've charged my cav in here. Unfortunately, I've got my guys snagged upon all of these pikes. I'm going to try and pull them back. But what this will mean, in comes the companion cav, in comes all these urbans. They're going to try and attack my units. But by doing that, it's going to mean that all of the units are now all kind of facing this little area here. I have managed to get my cav units out. Luckily, I didn't actually lose that too many units. I was kind of lucky there. If they'd managed to get their charge in successfully, they could have really done a mass rout on all of my cav units here. But what is happening here, you can see that all of the Macedonian units are really kind of isolated. They're kind of spread out at the moment. They are winning the fight against my urban cohort. I've pulled my urban cohort back. And what's going to happen now, all of the Macedonian units now going to take to the centre here and try and hold the line here and make sure that no cav units can really charge through the centre. So what's going to happen next? We're just going to sit there, shoot with our arrows, archers, right into these cav units and try and whistle them down bit by bit. I'm going to try now throw in some of my urbans here. What I want to try and do is just isolate a few of these Royal Pikemen. The Royal Pikemen are going to put their pikes down, so because they're doing that, I'm now going to pull back my units. In comes Elita. He's going to try and do a little charge here, but now he's going to pull his units back out. But whilst he's kind of dithering and dovering on what he's going to do, we're getting some nice little shots with our archers whilst this is all cracking on. So it's still, I'd say, 50-50 at this stage. They've got well and truly lots of cav here. They've got lots of decent infantry on this side. My infantry is kind of being whistled down. My cav, some of the units have started to rout. And as you can see here, all of these crescent archers are shooting into my cav units here. My units are taking some heavy casualties. We're down to 38 men. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to move all of my cav around here. Now what I know, I can't charge straight through these pike units. So what I might be able to do is if I charge in all of my units over here, hopefully some of the companion units will follow me. And if they follow me, that might mean that my allies here might be able to have the upper advantage, because a lot of their cav is all in these companion units. And if we can try and isolate and try and divide their attention, maybe try and get a few of these crescent archers around this flank, we might be able to cause a bit of damage. So I've charged in my cav here. I've pushed back these units here. Now what's going to happen, Elita is going to send some cav over to this side. Now ideally Elita should have probably left this cav over here, because what's going to happen now, in comes LIONDWARF with charge by himself, and what that means is that in comes Brutii, in comes this SPQR, and we're able to do a nice little cav charge onto these units here, and hopefully we can just try and take out a few of these units. Now Elita is isolated and Julii is isolated. They should have really helped their ally here, and because they weren't able to help their ally, we've managed to actually win that little charge here. So LIONDWARF has lost a lot of his cav units. In comes Elita with a cav strike, but all of our cav is now pulled out. I'm now going to move my cav back over here to support my allies. Now in comes a counter charge with the Brutii and the SPQR. Elita is going to try and pull back his cav, but a lot of his cav has been snagged upon all of these infantry units, and hopefully we can do a nice little counter charge. And there we go, I've managed to rout quite a few of their units here. Elita is going to come in with another counter charge, but I'm going to counter Elita. We're all countering each one another. Oh, the phone's going off. Let's have to ignore that for 2 moments. In I come with my cav, going to charge straight into these units here. And there we go. The companion cav really should have come in here to assist. The companions, well, Julii is now going to charge in his infantry unit. And now we can see here all of the units, all the infantry units of AdmiralDoucheBag are now going to come in here to support. We've managed to win that. I'm pulling my cav back out. and the generals now started to rout. So I know we can't win this flank. I'm not really bothered about trying to attack these units here and Elite's units. I'm going to charge all of my infantry over here to go and support, because we want to try and wrap up this flank here. LIONDWARF has pretty much been routed. He's now been taken out. I'm going to move my cav around the flank. I'm going to wrap up this flank here. Elite is going to try and charge in some units. But his guys are really isolated. All of his units are being trying to dragged out into one long line. Majority of our units are now combined on this flank. So I've moved my guys from over here to over here. We've got the Brutii, we've got the SPQR, and we're just going to wrap up this flank really nicely, textbook style now. Now that we've won the flank, we're just going to move around the side here. Infantry is going to push in through the centre. The companion cav's going to charge in, but we should be able to nicely sandwich all of their units here. My cav is going to come in the flank here. Numidia's infantry is going to come in, and now we're going to come in with a counter charge here. And it's really a case of just wrapping it up, folding in the flank. I'm now going to throw in the rest of my infantry just to make sure that these guys stand still, make sure that these guys can't go and support whilst my allies wrap up this flank here. It's basically folding it in bit by bit. Another phone call, let's quickly ignore that one. Around we go, around the side here, and Numidia is doing a really nice job here. Once this general unit is going to be routed from the Macedonians, and that should be it. I'm going to now come around the side here, and there we go. My infantry's now basically managed to smash in all the Elite's units here. There's a couple of units left of these Macedonians, but the Macedonians are isolated. We've got units kind of going into the flanks, around the back, and that's pretty much all done and dusted for these guys. So really well played on the opposition there. Unfortunately, there's a couple of bad times cav charges. I know my cav charge wasn't particularly fantastic, but we were able to work together as a team there, probably slightly better than the enemy, and that's what kind of pulled in the victory there. So 31k game is all about teamwork, it's all about infantry, it's all about slogging it out. A good old historic 31k game. Really enjoy these battles. It's rare to see these battles on my channel these days to the same caliber that what you're seeing at the moment, because unfortunately when I do go online there's hardly anybody online and hardly any of these great 31k games. So thanks so much for Numidia, thanks so much for AdmiralDoucheBag, Elite, LIONDWARF and Cleomedis for taking part in this game. I hope you guys enjoy this battle, I hope you guys enjoy this replay. Again, more 31k battles due to come on the channel. I've got a nice little stream backline of videos that I've taken part in, and they're all really exciting, all really cool. Some of the wins, some of them are losers, but all of them are lots of fun. So I'll triple speed this, get this replay towards the end. All we're doing now is just chasing down some routing units. It looks like Cleomedis is trying to get in a few last kills whilst you wrap up their flanks and wrap up their army. There's a couple of units at the back. But yeah, really evenly played there on our side. Numidia played really well, got some really nice cav charges, and considering AdmiralDoucheBag hasn't played for so long, it really was good to see him take part. So it was only an average victory because it was a really close battle at the end of the day. But if we have a look at the kill counts, myself and Numidia, we got in just over 1500 kills. AdmiralDoucheBag just under 1500 kills. LIONDWARF got only 843. Elite got in just shy of 1,000 kills, and Cleomedis got in about 1,261 kills. So guys, thanks for watching. As always guys, don't forget to check out my other videos on the channel, and if you don't mind, leave a little thumbs up, a comment, and we'll catch you guys soon for the next installment on Biscuits Total War for some more Rome Total War goodness. All the best and catch you soon. Bye now.